Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Mid-Morning Medium Chat with Adam the Black Swamp Medium. Thank you so much for being here. Happy early Halloween, day before Halloween. Happy Samhain. So, a major disclaimer right out of the gate. I just barely woke up. Hey, what's up, Tim? Thank you, sir. Good morning, Nicole. Um, about 10 more minutes. I have been up for an official hour. Good morning, Sharon. Um, so this show is definitely not anything like I wanted it. It's everything and anything is well, we're gonna get into a few things. No, there isn't, Tim. No, there isn't. I think you're seeing things. Ghosts are make believe. It's all in your head. But um yeah, I'm extremely tired. I kind of knew I was. I did post about that I was gonna be out late last night and certainly was. Good morning, Jen. And oh my gosh, uh, it was one of those mornings. You have, Tim. I uh, I really, I just my morning completely was going a whole different ways. Good morning, Kennedy. Hey, Cindy. Uh, I really truly was like all set. It's so funny. We're going to talk about a couple things, which is all going to tie in, um, but you know me, most of you guys have been watching for a while or know me personally. So, I mean, I'm going to have fun with it. I'm definitely going to laugh if obviously you can't tell already, but, um, it's just going to be one of those things. I had plans for all kinds of things. Hey, Rodney, how you doing? And, hey, Lisa. And yeah, I really truly had like all this stuff. I mean, and it just not a single thing went as planned. So, but that's the thing is that's what's great about the show. It's not always built on exact timeline of things. This is going to happen and this is going to happen, try to do a few little things to make it work out, but doesn't always work out that way. Hey, Melanie, good to see you. Hey, what's up, Chuck? And so yeah, guys, so I will, so like I said, I'm apologizing if I do seem a little bit off. Not that you guys didn't already know that about me. But what's up, Bonnie? How are you? So, but I'm gonna try my best to survive and have a good time as best I can. I've got a couple fun things planned, so that way you guys won't think it's completely lost. And I'll read a couple things, so even then that may be interesting. You never know. Could be. I couldn't. Who knows? I literally, I'm like 3 or 4 sips into my very first cup of coffee. That's how like crazy this is. It is true. It is true, Tim. I'm gonna put that one up for sure. That's how it is. But then again, that's kind of like how I want like the way this morning show goes because it really is. Absolutely, Tim. 1000%. I I I'd almost at some point literally just, let's just get the coffee drip right intravenously into me. Hey, Janet, and just get that pumping. So that way it'd just be, I'll be, cranking away for the rest of the hour. But so it is what it is. But yeah, let me do a couple little housekeeping. See, there it is. There it was. I knew it was going to happen, but a couple little housekeeping things. Just a couple events that are coming up, which is super, super cool. Let me throw the very first one up. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, so next weekend, gang, most of you know about it. Some of you don't. Throw this up there. So you guys know about Mid-Michigan Paracon. It's happening next Saturday, the 7th. That's up in Flint, Michigan. So if you want to look for more details, I got something kind of on my walls, my Facebook wall somewhere, but check it out. I'll be there doing a presentation, and you can see there's a lot of other great people that are going to be there, so that'll be awesome. So if you can make it to Flint next Sunday, hopefully you guys can make it out. It's a long day, and it'll be a good time. So looking forward to being back there. I know, like last year, most of these were canceled, so now they have been reborn to this year. So that'll be pretty cool. So, but if I said Saturday, then I make a mistake. Sorry about that, Cindy. I do know it's Sunday because it does say November 7th. And but there actually is technically there is in addition, there's a charity event for this on Saturday. There's a charity event which I just learned about last or yesterday. So there technically it is almost a 2-day event, but it's literally completely separate. It's more of a party. But there's a charity going to, I forget what charity it is, but one of the vendors, kind of a sad story from what I caught real quick, but I didn't get to go into it much. But so technically, like I said, there is kind of 2 things going on that weekend or next weekend. So, but that's happening. So that'll be kind of cool. Pull that out. And then, of course, we got to do the other big one. And then in 2 weeks, where is it? There she is. And I still didn't get the current one, so my mistake on that. But I can't forget about the Old Mill Pear Fest on November 13th. A lot of great people, obviously. Our first time being back because we had a virtual last year, so you guys can check that out. Tickets still on sale. Due to we still have to keep restrictions on the distancing and stuff like that. So we're having a party instead of a ghost hunt afterwards. So hopefully, if you are free November 13th, that would be awesome. We would love to see you. We'd love to hang out. Like I said, a lot of great people. A lot of these people you guys have seen before, heard before, so don't hesitate to come back out and have a good time. I will say this guy right here, I'll be looking forward to hanging out with him, Bill Konkoleski. So, and I'm not going to say anything further than that. But then again, I gotta give a big shout out to my boy up here too. So, not that any of the others are, but there's just a few I've been talking to and seeing to a lot more this year. So it's all good. But so yep, that is awesome. So we're gonna get out of that. So the next couple of weekends are going to be jam packed. So hopefully, be able to see at one of those or both of them. That would be even better. What better way to go out in the end of the year of having a couple awesome events and us just doing our things and really just getting to hang out again. Because I was asking somebody yesterday, I'm like, when was the last time I actually saw you? And it was bad because it was a long time, like 3-4 years, even so it's been terrible. So I'm going to see them next Sunday. And then it's going to be, who knows? It's weird. Thank God there's, Facebook and Messenger and text messaging to, kind of reach out once in a while. But man, you can only imagine why, how hard it is when, we've gone through what we've all gone through. And then now here we are, so that is awesome. All right. So we're going to get out of that. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully we'll see you all soon. Other than that, we, this week has been very interesting to me. Completely clear, utter signs. That's one little thing I wanted to bring up because some of you have had these moments and some of you haven't, but or you just didn't recognize that they were going on. This week, from very start, from Monday to even this morning, anything and everything has been out to get me in a way of I need to slow so far down. It is ridiculous. And I don't know how much more I could slow down because I'm not quite sure why I need to slow down. Yes, I have things coming up, but it's not like, it's back to back to back. But I don't know. It's so weird. Everything has been about, I mean, what's really clear is when you've noticed that daily, anytime you're trying to do something or get something, it takes longer, or driving to something like work or getting home from work has taken a lot longer to happen. And yes, there is true things behind it, but it also, in the grand scheme of things, means something. uh, because if it wasn't a daily thing, it wouldn't happen every day. Uh, but it's fascinating to me that once it shows up for a couple days in a row, because I don't think about it the very first day it happens, but when it's every day, and then you just can't help but be like, why me? Even I say that, and I still will be, off about it, and you know, can't lie, say I won't be a little angry or ticked off at it, but once I realize it's like it's the way it is, I'm not supposed to get where I'm going right away because there could be a lot of different things between where I'm at and where I'm going, maybe, I could get into an accident and that's the reason why why it's taking longer to get home, or I'm avoiding something else. The possibilities are endless, but it's just one of those things we don't know why we're delayed. And I just, I grin and bear it, as much as I want to get somewhere, it is what it is, and case in point, you know, last night, which is, a kind of segue into, we had we had a last minute, it was only a couple of weeks ago that we switched it, and we had a public ghost hunt at the old mill, and, it was awesome. And, we didn't have a big crowd, to come out, which, people, with Halloween being on Sunday, darn well there was parties last night and there'll be a heck of a lot more parties tonight. And obviously, we gave it a shot, like, because it wasn't a big turnout, but we still had some people come out and got to make some new friends and things. And so it was great to be hanging out, and especially me, because it's been several months since I've been back to the mill. So it was great to just see the place, even though I was nervous to the point where I wasn't sure how I was going to how I was going to deal with things, because with the upgrade that I'm going through, it makes it difficult to try to do mediumship. I can still recognize, spirits and feel the energies and things like that, but the communication side of it is it's not difficult. It can happen, but what the problem is with the upgrade, I'm struggling to recover quicker. It's bad because I will literally get knocked down when I try to do any excuse me, sorry. If I try to do any mediumship, any kind of communications with somebody, for somebody, even if it's like for a few minutes, I'm really struggling. And it's not that the messages aren't coming through. It's the fact of what happens afterwards. And then the struggle of not recovering quick enough, doing a couple, readings or a couple messages was never that big a deal. But because the upgrade's going on, it's literally knocking me down. Not the upgrade, it's just that is such the attention right now for me that to focus on trying to do mediumship is difficult. So the I'm still not comfortable, saying, yeah, I'm going to start doing readings, which is why, you didn't really see any further post about me trying to do, even just pulling cards. I just don't feel comfortable about it. Granted, the card is what it is. It's gonna, whatever card comes out is the way it's, going to be for whoever. And it's just not good. So next weekend we'll see how things are going. But Sunday, there's probably at this point a better than average chance that I won't be doing readings at my table. As sad as that is, and as much as I want to do that because I love doing that. Uh, if I can only do a couple and then I'm a completely torn up by the end of it, then what's the point? Because then I'll be miserable, and I definitely won't look like myself. I won't be smiling and laughing and making fun of myself. So I mean, so there's a chance that I probably will just be hanging out and just talking and which is good too. I have a great time talking, meeting new people, and catching up with friends I haven't seen in a while. So that's a better than good chance of that. So um, hey, Shannon. Yeah, thanks, Rodney. Yeah, I mean, and this is the thing that, I mean, I've kind of highlighted on it, but the upgrade thing is just way different than I've ever experienced. It's, even, getting into mediumship and segueing into it and doing certain things and trying stuff as far as I'm going to, I think I'm guided to do this during an investigation or a healing and stuff. And so, uh, it's just consumed me to the point where, anything else I try to do, just completely I get beat up for it. Not, in a literal sense, but mentally, it's just it just tears me down. So it is what it is. I mean, I still smile through it. I'm still struggling with certain symptoms, and what are you going to do? It's the upgrade's the upgrade. I did finally get to another session this week, and that was a pretty massive one. That again, every session I do have, when I feel like I'm ready for it, the session is always not only mentally, like, oh my gosh, kind of moment, but physically I can feel the whole process, so, which is different. It's one thing like when you do go through meditation, or you go to see somebody like me or whatever like that, and we do a healing, you sort of have weird sensations, whether you physically feel them or mentally feel it, but it's usually kind of one or the other. So like if it's truly a healing, like my wrist hurts, and then I hold on to your hand, and we do a little bit of energy work to it, and then you feel release, even if it's just a little bit. And then mentally, like you're struggling, and things aren't going right, and so we just kind of calm you down. We do a little bit of a kind of full body cleanse, and then next thing you know, you're like, man, that was pretty cool. But for me, it's like over the top mental and over the top physical, and it's just way more than I've ever experienced. So, you know, the I'm not used to those two being equal and just take over me, and so and then funny part is I've been doing this in the evenings because I'm not sleeping well, but I'm doing this while I'm in bed, and it's the worst time to do it. But it seems like every time I do a session, which I've done several at night when I'm trying to go to bed on a work night, even worse, I then I'm then like in a way jazzed up a little bit. It's almost like a sugar buzz real quick. And which is weird. You'd think that I'd be smart enough to wait and do this some other time, but what have I have always said to you guys? Sometimes you have to, take advantage of the moments. And, if you have, when we get into bed, we're getting into bed for a reason. Now, obviously, if you're going through an upgrade like mine, you're not going to do what I do. You're not going to do a session like this because you are trying to relax yourself enough to go to bed. Fortunately, I'm not. I do it, and then I'm like wired for a while, and it's sad to watch, like, your entire family, you're in bed already, the family comes into bed shortly, they're all falling asleep, and you're still wide awake, and it's horrible. And then I have to drive, what you guys have heard me say, I have to drive an hour and 10 minutes, well, that last week home is a lot longer, but one way to work. And man, that hour and 10 by yourself is pretty rough. So but like I said, I'm doing the best I can. And if you know I know there's so many people that have been asking for readings, and I feel horrible that I keep saying, no, or I just can't, or I'm not feeling well. And the funny part is, if I say I'm not feeling well, if I not that I have to really uh you know fess up to exactly what I mean, but if I ever say, like, right now, if I don't feel well, I I'll probably clarify it, like, yeah, I feel like I got a cold or something. That's one thing. But if I say I don't feel well, it's because I literally, like, mentally, I can't do something. Not can't, but just I'm not in the right place to do that. I'm dealing with things, and mostly because of the upgrade, and I just it's a weird one. So any post you ever see, if I'm not doing so well today, mm, there's a good reason behind it. Oh, I know what I should do real quickly, because I did mention it in the if you saw the write up for the show. I did I had a chance to talk to somebody. So if you didn't see my post, that's okay too. Or see, the previous show where I talked about my UFO encounters. And there's a bit of an update. So again, if you didn't see the post, this will help you out. But obviously a week ago, Thursday, I saw, some unusual things in the morning, right before I went into my day job building. And I had a good chance, or a good opportunity, I should say, to talk to somebody, and a friend of mine, and it was good. It definitely, the good thing about being a paranormal investigator is when you're in the middle of a situation, you tend to start knowing the routine of what you need to analyze later on. You know, if you can try to collect some physical evidence, that helps as well. But then again, really understanding what things are going on. And so the amount of details I was able to provide helped a lot rule out all kinds of man-made stuff. And it was fascinating because he, in the end, was like, I would say you've got a pretty unique situation, that there's just nothing logically that we can truly say yes it is, or yes it, obviously everything you have to kind of balance, but there's a lot of things that we ruled out that we just can't say it's this or that. It only falls into that category of, yeah, there's probably a better than average chance you did see a UFO or multiple that morning. So that was kind of cool. I mean, I was cool either way. I mean, if there was things that just didn't want to, line up to make it really convincing, no problem. It's, you get used to that in the field doing ghost hunting. I mean, you try so much, and then if you really understand, like, we were debunking a couple things last night. It's like, oh nope, we figured it out. It's okay, but at least we went through it all. You try to figure things out, and so knowing at least that first experience or first encounter was pretty cool last week or the week before. So that was awesome. And then I mentioned about the second encounter, and the only thing about that one is he's like, that one's a tough one, but there's probably some more research that needs to be done to kind of rule out a couple more things, which is fine. And I'm down with that. You know what I mean? But there was enough interesting things that it still kind of falls into that category that it's going to probably be a tough one. But I can understand if some research is done to, you know, still kind of rule it out that it isn't. But after doing some more thinking, after I talked about it, and even then, I did file a report on that second one encounter. So with the organization to investigate a little bit further. So I'll be talking to one of their investigators to determine, or go through some more, questioning and stuff. So I'm in because I won't forget what I saw. Good morning. As I cough up a lung. Good morning, Christopher. Nice to see you, buddy. Woohoo! So, yeah. So, like I said earlier, guys, the Old Mill Parafest, you're going to see that guy right there, Mr. Christopher St. Booth. He's going to be hanging out. Can't wait to see him in a couple weeks. My boy. Hey, good morning, Margaret. And so, yeah, but so that's kind of cool with the UFO stuff. So I'm excited to talk with them about the second encounter, but at least the first one has me on the right track. So that's awesome. And then as far as what else? Anything else great this week? That was cool. Well, and then so let me go back to see you last yes sir buddy. And then last night we were at the old mill, and you know it's one thing when we always do a tour for whether it's a public investigation or private. It's the Millennium Falcon. No, it was not the Millennium Falcon. I wish it was, but it was not. And because the shape was way different. On the well, both of them, the Thursday and Friday. Thursday was even more unique. So, but there's some details I'm leaving out on purpose. Anyway, so last night, we always, like I said, we always do tours and things like that to, show some evidence, give people, just saying, hey, these are the areas that we've caught things, or, this is maybe what you could do if you're in this area. And we, during the whole tour, we started having things happen, which I think was, it's one thing to have maybe one thing happen on a tour, but we had multiple things in multiple areas. And it was, excuse me, really, really different. I'm trying to get that frog out of my throat. It's killing me. But yeah, we just so many neat things, and then we were like trying to debunk them and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna go through all the details because obviously that would take up for, it actually would take up at least another good 15, 20 minutes, so I'm not gonna do it, but there was just some times, and even with the guests that were there, to us stand there and watch things happen right before our eyes, just, what can you do? You can only just be smile and then try to see if we can figure it out real quick, but there was a couple things that just, "Whoo, okay, we're it's a ghost hunt." Right. But, we, but it was so cool. I mean, it was so neat to go through there and then, have some experiences with the guests at the exact same time, and, um, you know, but it was a great night. A lot of people had some, other experiences of their own, and, couple things, sometimes, your mind will race, especially when you haven't done it enough times. Like, there was, one person, and, that, has done it a few times, hasn't done it a whole lot, but they, you know, every little sound or something like that, you kind of do that, what's going on. And, uh, in our basement during the winter months, there's a pipe that's kind of more of an exhaust, so it'll gurgle with, air like in the water lines or something like that, and so you'll hear this gurgle, but, the gurgle kind of would sound like somebody's, like, growling at you kinda thing, so and that was cool. "Alright, Chris." Yeah, we will, for sure. Um And this pipe will gurgle, so, like, it does, it kinda, in a way, would sound like something's growling at you, so but it's not, because it's just air running through the system, so but it only happens during the winter months. It's hilarious. So, "Hey, Debbie." And we just, we ignored it, because when we hear it, you do perk up and go like, "Oh, it's just the pipe, letting the air out," kind of like a fart, it's probably a better way to say it. The pipes are farting, so, but, um yeah, so, but, like, yeah, there was just a couple other strange things that were happening, and again, we show, evidence, whether there's, some photos, or we show, EVPs and audio, clips. And it was funny, I was just getting ready to do an audio, uh, EVP, and I was gonna talk about it, and we missed it when it happened, but, the other teammate, Fox and Kennedy, were running their equipment, in the background, and they, on the Ovilus, it said what I was just about to go into, and then sure enough, as I talked about the entire thing, one of the guests just happened to notice that the obvious said things, and looked over and realized it said what we were talking about. So it was fascinating, uh, to, go, "What?" We it literally was talking about it right before we got into it, and it was, like, right into it, so it was really, really neat to, have it happen like that. And then, for me, I think it was, I think August, it was either July or August was the last time I've been at the old mill, so, luckily, again, I still will feel the energies even if I'm not doing real formal communications with them. They were, more than excited to see that, I'm still around, I still exist on this plane, and so, a lot of the residential spirits, that, I know and love, and it was great to see them again, even for a brief moment. And even then, not that I was seeing them, but I could feel them around me, and so the, yeah, it was great. And they usually give me a hard time when I'm away for a while, and they do. They'll kind of give me. It's funny to put it, but, like, they literally give me the cold shoulder, you know, which is hilarious. I'm like, "Why are you mad at me for? I know I've been gone, but you don't have to, like, you know, I know you're there, but you're, like, avoiding me, like, you're so upset. I mean, I'm here now. Let's just keep moving forwards." So I kinda chuckle when they do that, but, what do you do, So, but it was great to see them. Think I saw Margaret was asking, yeah, I mean, a lot of the kids are still there, so that's always great to see. They, the we have multiple kids that are around, and, they were around. They weren't as, present, I should say, would probably be a better way to put it. They weren't, literally running up to you, trying to fully get your attention. but they were definitely there, sort of in the background, and keeping their distance. So, and who knows? Maybe that has something to do with Halloween. Maybe they're just afraid to, not dabble too much in things. Who knows? I didn't have a chance to ask. Like I said, I'm not really on full communication mode, so I tried to stay back a little bit, but still just be enough to know that everybody's around, whether they're up front or if they're just kind of hanging in the background, which is cool. But lots of fun, lot of fun last night. Again, I get up so early for my day job, so it was interesting. By the time I got home and changed and brought all my equipment in, literally by the time I got into bed, I was up for 24 straight hours. So haven't done 24 in a while, so it was interesting, which is why, this morning I just had all these plans. I was gonna try to, do some type of costume. I was gonna paint my face. But again, everything was slowing me down. Like, I wanted to dress up last night. That was our plan, was to dress up, and I got home late, so I had no time to do any face makeup because that was the plan. Couldn't do it this morning. I literally was thinking I'll be up probably 7 because I know it's just going to be a couple hours, and then it's literally almost quarter to 9, and I was like, I I snapped, awake, and I was just like, oh, what's going on? And then um, when I hit my phone and I saw eight, it was like 8:40. I'd like, oh my god, I got to get going, because I still got to set things up. I got to get lights set up, and so I'm running around like crazy, and like, oh no. And then it's like, I didn't have my coffee until now. I mean, you're like literally watching me finish my first cup, and haven't even had breakfast and things. So hence why I'm kind of like all over the place a little bit, but it is what it is. But I had all these plans this year. Literally this whole month, I had all these goals that I wanted to do. I wanted to have some fun with some, stuff, and I wanted to do some Halloweeny things, and especially dress up today. I thought, well, it'd be great to do that in the morning. It'll be fun. I probably should have just put like dark circles under my eyes, just make it more accented. That probably would have been better for me. I really should have. But I don't know. But I just, by the time I, got up, and I was just trying to run around and get things set up and stuff. And then, it's like 9:10, 9:15, and I'm just like, I can't, there's no time for anything else. So, but it's all good. It's all good. And then, but yeah, so we'll, I just gonna roll with it because I can't get up, too upset. Yeah, you get, kind of ticked, but you do have to run through these things. If you ever feel like everything's slowing you down, that means you really have to, and just embrace it. So don't run, don't push yourselves, because you just don't want to get, uh, uh, you just don't want to be making things worse, because if you don't listen to what your guides are showing you, even if you don't fully understand it, if you don't listen, it's just going to continue to be that way until you do listen. So but again, I don't know what I could possibly slow down from, because it's not like I got a lot on my mind, which is always the case, because I'm always trying to plan things and do things and stuff. But I'm just trying to identify exactly what stuff might be too much for me right now. But then again, maybe I'm just thinking too much. That could be it. So, but yeah, just out of curiosity, give you guys some time to write in the chat. Guys have any Halloween plans this weekend? Like today, tonight, anything you guys are doing tomorrow? I'd be kind of curious. I mean, I'd love to see, what you guys are up to. And then I'll, not too crazy for me, because I still got one kid that's young enough to go out, and so we'll do that for a little bit, and you never know. I'm gonna try to do something, dress up tomorrow, so we'll see. But um, but yeah, mine's gonna be pretty mellow. There's nothing much else going on today. I'll probably get a big nap in today. That's probably a big, top of the list thing. So, but I know after this show, I'm going to try to hurry up and go get something to eat. But it's already 10:05, so that's I'm getting now into brunch area. So who knows? I'll probably just starve and wait until lunch or something. But that's okay. I don't get hangry. Thank God. I I wouldn't know what I'd do with myself if I was a hangry person. So, but um, so like I said, we're at 10:05. I thought I'd just kind of like kind of talk a little bit about Halloween, which is why I wanted you guys to, maybe write in the chat of like what you guys are up to and what you're doing and things. And I just found some list of things about Halloween. I thought I'd just kind of go through some of them, maybe read a little bit more of the descriptions of it, and just kind of have some fun. Maybe you guys have heard these before, maybe you haven't heard of any of them, but I thought it would be kind of fun to just kind of read through a few things and see what you guys think. So, oh, Tim, full size, buddy. Ooh, I'm in. I am in full size candy bars, man. That's the cool house. Then got to go to the cool house for the full size. Heck yes. Okay, Margaret's going to Halloween party. That's great. Awesome, awesome. Have a good time tonight and enjoy the kiddos tomorrow. Jen, tonight hanging with my bestie. Tomorrow having a special dinner to honor my. There you go. That's awesome, Jen. I like that a lot. Yeah, Jeff, I didn't get to see it obviously because I was at the old mill. So hopefully that went well for you, for all of you. So, you know what? Just tell me real briefly, Jeff, how it went. I mean, just a couple words or something like that, because I know you could probably go into it deep, especially if it was interesting. Because I know what you guys were planning, and I was kind of curious if the plan worked out, because I know where you were going with it. So, um, yeah, let a few more people write in here, but let me read through a couple things and see what you guys think. So I am gonna kind of literally read line for line type of stuff. So, so Halloween, the holiday back, the holiday backs more than 2,000 years. Halloween is even older than Christianity itself. It all started as a pre-Christian Celtic festival called Samhain, which means summer's end, held around the 1st of November. The feast recognized the final day of the fall harvest and spirits crossing over, since they believed the veil between the living and the spirit world were the thinnest at that time. People in Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France used to ward off ghosts by lighting sacrificial bonfires, and you guessed it, wearing costumes. I love it. I love it. I know what it is, Jen, but I'm going to say it the way I want to. So, and I did see something, Jen, a couple of days ago. They actually showed, and I might have saved it somewhere, but they actually show all the different ways to say it, depending on what country you're in. So it's not just Samhain. So I've seen other ways to say it. So, so I still like Samhain. I just like the way it sounds. But trick or treating has existed since medieval times. Back then, it was known as guising in Scotland and Ireland. Young people dressed up in costumes and went door to door looking for food or money in exchange for songs, poems, or other tricks they'd perform. Today, the tradition has morphed into children getting dressed up and asking for candy. Hardly anyone performs for their candies these days. A simple thank you will do. I'm going to bring that back. Tim, people got to perform for you. Oh, I got to be good. I got to be good. Okay. Christopher, you have a great day, sir. Well, have a good time with the commercial. Can't wait to see you, buddy. Love you. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Yep. Absolutely, Debbie. Okay, remember, we're having fun, gang. No fighting in the chat room. Oh, it's awesome. Some Halloween rituals use. I know, Jen. I'm going to give you a hard time for it. Some Halloween rituals used to involve finding a husband. Alrighty, ladies, and maybe a few of you men. During the 18th century, single ladies devised Halloween traditions that were supposed to help them find a romantic match. According to History.com, women would throw apple peels over their shoulder, hoping to see their future husband's initials in the pattern when they landed. When they popped for apples at parties, it was said that the winner would marry first. Most spookily, they even used to stand in a dark room holding a candle in front of a mirror to look for their future husband's face to appear in the glass. All right, I would like. Oh man, all right, ladies. I want to hear what happens when you go through this. See, that one I've never heard of, but holy smokes, that would be so fantastic. Well, not for me. I'm but like to hear all your ladies' stories after this one. Oh my god, that's a great one. I love that one a lot. I don't. Okay, remember I haven't had a lot of sleep, so these things are just gonna, tickle my fancy a little bit more. So, oh man, this one I think most people have heard of. Immigrants helped popularize the holiday in the U.S. We knew that. Yeah. Hey, good morning, Ron. When the Irish, there you go, Rachel. When the Irish fled the potato famine in their country in the 1840s, they brought their Halloween traditions with them. The tradition spread until the mischievous Halloween pranksters reached an all-time high in the 1920s. Some believe the community-based trick-or-treating became popular in the 1930s as a way to control the excessive pranksters. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I think that one I have heard, so that one's not too much. Debbie. Oh, wow, Margaret. That's awesome. Yeah, that can happen in automatic writing. Yep, very much so. Sugar rationing during World War II halted trick-or-treating. Because of the shortage of sweet stuff, trick-or-treating wasn't as big of a deal in World War II. After the rationing ended, it was all the systems go on the candy collecting front. Candy companies began launching advertising campaigns to cash in on the ritual and make sure kids were clamoring for their products to show up in their candy buckets and spare pillowcases. Oh, wow, Margaret. Jeez. Now Halloween is the second largest commercial holiday in the country. I think, most of us have heard that. It seems to pop up every time. It ranks second after only Christmas. Consumers spent approximately $9 billion in Halloween in 2019, according to the National Retail Federation. Spending was down a bit in 2020 because of COVID-19, but Americans still forked over $8 billion overall last year, which was an average of $92 per person. Fascinating, yes. Most Americans spend on candy, decorations, and costumes. Many of us put our money where our mouth is when it comes to loving Halloween. The largest share goes towards candy, with 95% putting it in their carts, 75% planning on buying decorations, and 65% shopping for costumes. Overall, Americans spent an average of $1,048 on winter holidays in 2019. If you're wondering why we're all tightened our belts in January, it's kind of true. I love that. There you go, Ron. I know. Pillowcases, I think I remember it. Well, the funny thing is, obviously a lot of us, us old people, you know, we remember the good old days, and those little pumpkin buckets, just didn't hold up well enough, because when Halloween, how many times did we walk down our streets and stuff like that, and you get down so many houses, you're already chuck full. So then, the hard part was then, being young, you had to go all the way back home, dump your stuff out, and then run back down the street, to catch up with, the rest of your friends or whatever. But, you know, so yes, pillowcases made a better choice because you could just keep going. However, the dragging around, the heavy weight of the candy, thank God you're young so you can kind of handle it. But at the same time, oh boy, man, did you have a stash to go through? Oh man, hey Debbie, that works too. A lot of times we have a lot of things collecting in there that you can either you reuse for something else, or make it into something to wear. Let's see, going back to the list, the Irish also brought us jack-o'-lanterns. As the story goes, the Irishman named Stingy Jack tricked the devil and therefore was not allowed into heaven or hell. So he spent his days roaming the earth, carrying a lantern, and went by the Jack of the Lantern. Try not to get goosebumps when you carve up your own pumpkins this year. Yeah, I think I've heard something like that before. They used to be carved out of turnips, potatoes, and beets. Jack-o'-lanterns did originate in Ireland after all. Once Halloween became popular in America, people used pumpkins instead. This year, you might consider adding some creative produce to your Halloween taboo for the more natural look that also has a historical origins. Man, could you imagine trying to carve out a potato? Ooh, okay. You're going to have to go to your local grocery store, and you're going to have to go to the pick your own potato. You can't get the bag ones because those are all those super small, but you're going to have to go do the picking of your, picking or, shopping for, the big potatoes. Cause I can't imagine this little potato and you're trying to just like cut out little eyes and a mouth. Sorry, that's just funny to me. But ooh, you guys scared? Look at this. Okay. See what little sleep does for you. Oh man. Oh, let's see. What you got, Debbie? I find the house giving apples and wait on the sidewalk trading any candy. Okay. That's up. My neighbor added a skeleton holding up a lantern in his plate. Oh, yeah, right. I would try, but my wife won't let me have sharp objects. I'm a bleeder. Yeah, Tim, that's some pretty intricate cutting, Yes, that's probably it. That's why then, they do have those kits because we've done that, because my son, we didn't want him like, carving at a pumpkin. So we just do the potato like inserts. We just shove eyes in there. So, hello, Igor. Great to see you. Great to have you here. So that's yeah, so who knows, that would be very interesting to I don't know, I can't imagine carving anything out of those things, but then again, I'm sure there's no documentation or like images of what those things that were cut up to be. So let's see what else we got. Oh, there is also a traditional Halloween bread in Ireland. It's called barmbrack, or just brack. The sweet loaf typically contains dark golden raisins as well as a small hidden toy or ring. Similar to the classic king cake of Mardi Gras, tradition dictates that person who finds the item will come into good fortune in the coming year. I haven't heard that, but now I did see something about that type of bread. I'd almost try it. I have never seen anybody make it, but I would be into a barmbrack. So we'll see. Let's see. Illinois produces up to 5 times more pumpkins than any other state. If you're in the market for a truly destination-worthy pumpkin patch, look to the heartland. The land of the Lincoln has more than 15,000 acres devoted to the gourd growing, according to the United States Department of Agriculture. Those Illinois farms are typically grow more than 500 million pounds of pumpkins annually. Holy smokes. See, I didn't know about that one. Oh, here we go, guys. Where are we at? 1018. We're doing great. Candy corn was originally called chicken feed. Well, see, I remember hearing some of it, but I don't remember them saying it was chicken feed. But anyway, hey, what's up, Dad? The Glitz Confectionery Company originally sold the polarizing treat in boxes with a rooster on the front in order to appeal to America's agricultural roots, according to National Geographic. The sugary recipe has gone largely unchanged since the 1880s. Love them or hate them, you can't argue with the candy corn's consistency. Right? Yep. Today's national candy corn. What's funny is I actually don't mind it. I mean, I get it. But I don't mind candy corn. It's not like, to me, it's just not horrible. Yeah, it's not like the top of my list of candy to pick from, but I don't mind eating a few of them. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and buy, a couple pounds worth of it, but I don't mind grabbing some of those a little bit. So I mean, but I get it. It's definitely not for everybody, but what candy is, let's see, what do we got here? Hey. Halloween and Thanksgiving are very profitable. Have you seen how expensive pumpkins are? Yeah, Margaret, they have. The interesting thing is what I've noticed though, if you go and pick them, they really get you there because they're charging you by the pound. Now I've gone by some grocery stores and I've seen similar sizes to what we got from an actual pumpkin patch directly, and it was like half compared to what it was. So you're almost, at least where I'm at, you're almost better off going to like a grocery store and getting one like out of the front bins and stuff like that, because at least the price was like way more affordable than going and picking your own. The last couple of years I've kind of not done that because I just didn't want to spend the money. So I'd rather, my kids get a pumpkin of their choosing and things. So hello, Ramona. Let's see. Jeff, Devil's Night still a thing in Detroit. I didn't get my campfire last night asking for a friend. Yeah, I don't know. I know what do they call it? Is it Angels Night? Isn't that what they do? I think they had to switch it and something like that. Yeah. Yeah, they rebranded Angels. Yeah, see, I said it, and then Tim wrote it. Yeah, have organized citizens patrols. Yep. Yeah, right. Yes, the Great Pumpkin is lurking around. He is going up and down the neighborhoods, waiting to give me presents. Charlie Brown. If you guys couldn't remember that one. Let's see where we at. Okay, keep it going. 9 minutes. Monster Mash. If you guys remember that song, once reigned supreme on the Billboard charts. Bobby Boris Pickett reached #1 on the Hot 100 in 1962, just before Halloween, and later recharted in 1973. But this time in August, you might even say it was a graveyard smash. Didn't know that one. Wow, here you go, guys. Didn't know this one. You can even visit a pumpkin patch in Hawaii. I'm not going to even say that name. Ooh, I'm not even going to try it. They give they give the farm name. I'm not good with Hawaiian words, so. But this particular farm in Oahu, to pick up pumpkins while you're on the islands, whether you live there or need a taste of a home on vacation. Looking for squash in Florida? Try picking a patch in Dunedin. It's a watermelon farm the rest of the year, but the pivots for pumpkins for seasonal appeal. Interesting. Oh, let me see what we're missing. Debbie, my friend in County Dongo said their village celebrates all month long, going next October with Dave Schrader's 8-day. Oh, cool. That'll be awesome. Yeah. Where about the werewolves in London? Nice, Ron. That would be cool. I mean, it'd be kind of fun to get like one of those giant, seeds, type of thing where you get a big one, well, easy now. This one I just heard, but I didn't know this until this year, which is shocking. The Michael Myers mask in Halloween has a backstory to it. Did you guys realize? The famous horror movie villain comes from the surprisingly innocent roots. When shooting the original in 78, the 78 film, the production designer Tommy Lee Wallace picked up 2 masks from a Hollywood Boulevard magic shop, a clown mask and a William Shatner as Captain Kirk in Star Trek. Tommy came in with the clown mask on, and we went, ooh, that's kind of scary. And then he put on the Shatner mask, and we stopped dead and said, it's perfect. Actor Nick Castle of the New York Times, they sprayed painted it white, cut the eye holes bigger, and the rest is spine-tingling history. So, yeah, I didn't even realize it was William Shatner until this year. So, go figure. The fastest pumpkin carving only took 16.47 seconds. Stephen Clark of New York holds the Guinness Book of World Records distinction, having carved his Speedy Lantern in October 2013. In order to nab the title, the jack-o'-lantern had to contain a complete face, including eyes, nose, mouth, and ears. No word what the face's expression had to be. Let's see. Princesses and superheroes ranked as the most popular kid costumes. I think we can tell that. Doesn't you see all the little kiddies? They're always going after things that they get into. Well, how about this one? Skittles are at the top of the Halloween candy. No chocolate, no problem. The bite-sized fruit candies outranked M&M's, Snickers, Reese's Cup, according to 11 years of sales data from thecandystore.com. And even though candy corn made the top 10, the tricolored treats also ranked among the worst Halloween candies, much like we said earlier. And from the survey, no wonder post-trick-or-treating candy trades can get so heated. Let's see, where are we doing? Good, 5 minutes. A city in Canada banned teens over 16 from trick-or-treating. According to the CBC, anyone over the age of 16 caught trick-or-treating in Baldhurst, Canada, faces up to a $200 fine. The city also has a curfew for everyone, so even those under 16 aren't allowed out after 8 p.m. on Halloween. The rules were instituted to curtail after dark mischief after a rash of pranks. Oh, I forgot this one. Harry Houdini died on Halloween in 1926. The famous magician, illusionist, and entertainer died from a ruptured appendix. However, as it befits a man of mystery, multiple contradicting reports did surface at the time. Some say a band of angry spiritualists poisoned him. Others that it was a student punching him in the stomach with permission that caused his appendix to burst. I forgot that was on Halloween. Let's see. Some shelters used to suspend black cat adoptions for Halloween. They feared that the animals were in danger from satanic cults, that they wanted them for the nefarious purposes in the days leading up to Halloween. Now, though, shelters have gone in the opposite direction. Many even promote black cat adoptions in October using the pre-adoption screening and interview process to weed out anyone with wrong intentions. Oh, yeah. Oh, geez, Debbie. Keene, New Hampshire holds the record for the most jack-o'-lanterns on display. In October 2013, the city broke the record with 30,581 lit pumpkins displayed around town. Talk about lighting up the night. The night before Halloween is called Mischief Night or Goosey Night in some places. For those who have lived in the East Coast in the Midwest, it's probably not news to you that lots of teens and tweens pull pranks on October 30th, but from the toilet papering the trees outside someone's house to egging cars and more dangerous capers, the tradition never really made its way out west. Yeah, there you go. So that's a few things there. There's a couple, like I said, I've never heard of some. It's been a while, but those are pretty cool. So, but yeah, so that was perfect because with 2 minutes left, I can't complain. That was perfect timing. So, but yeah, I mean, it's gosh, it's awesome. I do love Halloween. It's definitely one of my favorites. Holidays of the year. Even I don't go too crazy for things, but I still love it. I love looking at things. I like watching how people have decorated, some of their homes and stuff. And even if it's nothing major, but just a little bit always is neat. And I just love it. It's so cool. Let's see. Debbie volunteered in cat rescue 5 years, and we never adopted black cats in October. Wow. That's interesting. Yeah. So, but yeah, well, hopefully, you guys have a great, a great weekend. Hopefully tonight you're going to parties. Hopefully you'll have a good time and don't get too crazy. But have fun, especially, again, since like last year a lot of stuff wasn't happening. So it's neat we're slowly getting back into some things and hanging out. And so hopefully you guys will have some fun if you are out tonight. If not, if you're just chilling, that's okay too. Nothing wrong in that. I'm probably going to be doing the same thing. And like I said, a nap is very much. Thank you, Lisa. That is, you have a good day, Lisa. And yeah, my day I was probably going to be chilling a little bit. Who knows what else I'm going to get into? I mean, like I said, the nap is definitely up there, and some food at some point this morning or afternoon. Who knows? But yeah, it's going to be great. You know what I mean? So, yep, Tim, you can go to sleep now. But yep, and then Sunday, we're just gonna do the Halloween stuff and go out for a little while and at least do the block, maybe do a couple blocks worth of that, and it should be pretty cool. Thanks, Ramona. Happy Halloween. Yes. So yes, we are out of time. So that is perfect timing. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my weekend, my Halloween, and you guys do the same. It's awesome. Yeah, that's cool, Debbie. I like that. But yeah, guys, I can't thank you so much. It's great to, I made it. I survived. Could have used a little bit more coffee there, but it's okay. I'm going to go up and get another one in a moment. So, but again, Happy Halloween to all of you. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have been seeing the Mid-Morning Medium chat with Adam the Black Swamp Medium. I will be on next weekend, but the weekend after that, I will not be. So normal time next weekend, so you guys will see me because that'll be the day before the Mid-Michigan Paracon. So I will see you guys on Saturday. Other than that, look for some posts this week and we'll go from there. And if there's anything exciting or unique, you'll see that popping up on the page. Other than that, happy Halloween again. Thank you so much. All my love, light, and peace to every single one of you. Have a great one.